A massive snowstorm is on set to hit most of the southern United States. Snowfall totals will reach over a foot in some places in the southern United States, and ice totals will be up to an inch in some places, causing major power outages and major road concerns. To start things off, this is how much snow we're supposed to get in the next 48 hours per every National Weather Service office. So as you can see, areas like Dallas might get really unlucky and will be just before the totals of around 4 inches of snow. They're expected to get around 1 to 2 inches of snow. But then areas like Little Rock, Arkansas can get up to 6 inches of snow, and areas southwest of Little Rock can get up to 7 inches of snow, which is where we are likely to see the highest snowfall totals from this storm. But do be mindful, because this only goes out until midday on Friday. So there's still a lot more snow to come for areas like Tennessee that are off to the east of this map. Looking at the same area we just saw, this is how much ice we could get, but this is a high-end amount of ice, so this is probably worst-case scenario icing. Areas that are southwest of Dallas could see up to an inch of ice, which would cause a widespread power outage. It would cause iced over roads and lots of things that we do not want. We want snow, not ice. And then right over here is the NAM model for snow. So this is all the snow that we're missing out on that other run. That other run was by the National Weather Service. This one is a model run, so it is just one possible outcome. But this is likely what's going to happen from everywhere west of the Appalachians. So as you can see, areas like southern Tennessee can get to around 6 to 7 inches of snow. And then areas in central Arkansas, where you're lining the border of Oklahoma, you could see up to a foot of snow. That's going to be the sweet spot for the system, as I was saying. And then places like Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio can see around 2 to 4 inches widespread. And then for the East Coast, this is the Canadian model. You'll see the lowest recognizable snow totals in Charlotte, where you can see around 1 to 3 inches of snow. Then in Raleigh, where you can see around 1 to 3 inches of snow. In Greensboro, you can see around 2 to 5 inches of snow at the max. And it looks like everywhere south of Charlottesburg, Virginia, we'll see around an inch of snow. Then it looks like the storm will probably cut off DC, and DC will only get about a dusting of snow from the storm. But then back up in Pennsylvania, you can see some lake effect snow, which probably doesn't have too much of an impact of this system coming through. But then as you can also see on this model run, down in Atlanta, we have around 1 inch of snow. We're likely to see around dusting 2-3 inches of snow at max in Atlanta, Georgia. But then also, if we look at this for freezing rain, as you can see, freezing rain will be a big concern. So ice will be a big concern for the southeast. Once again, this is a very high-end totals. We are likely not going to see totals this high, but this is worst case scenario. As you can see, areas like Mississippi, which is far off onto the side, will get more than an inch of ice in the worst case scenario, which would cause very widespread power outages and terrible driving conditions. And then areas like Atlanta with around a half an inch of freezing rain, all that you need to cause impacts is a tenth of an inch. That is 5 times that. So worst case scenario, Atlanta gets a lot of ice, and that will cause lots of problems. And then areas like Columbia, South Carolina, could get more than a quarter of an inch of ice. And a quarter of an inch of ice is basically what you need to get those bridges slick with ice and those power outages to start piling up. And then areas like eastern North Carolina could also see upwards of a quarter of an inch of ice. Right here is the Winter Storm Severity Index. So this is how much this storm will affect your day-to-day life with things like power outages, driving conditions, and business closures. So as you can see, the areas with the biggest effects will be around northeastern Texas and southern Arkansas. So the biggest effects from winter storms are areas that see the most amount of ice, as ice is what causes problems. So wherever sees the highest ice values will see the worst impacts out of this storm. And then as you can see, most of Tennessee is under a moderate risk for these winter storm severity impacts. This is just due to heavy snow, as they're not supposed to get much ice, if anything, in Tennessee. And then most of the Carolinas and Virginia are in minor impacts for this. We are likely to see ice from it, but is not as high as the accumulations in, say, southern Arkansas. So that is really all for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know down below your thoughts. Have you gotten any snow this season, and are you expecting any snow from the system? Also, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them down below. I also will likely have a video specifically for the Carolinas coming out in about an hour. So stay tuned for that one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.